everybody, hope you're having a great day today. I know, bit of a different camera angle, huh? Today we're going to be talking about, is the Indian Scout a good commuter bike? Let's get into it. So one of the first things that I think about is the gas tank. Am I going to be able to get to work, get to wherever I need to go on a regular basis and not have to fill up too often? Now, with the Scout, I get about 130 miles without panicking before I have to fill up again. Typically, I'll fill up every 100 miles or so. And for me, whenever I have to commute to work, that's usually about 2 days worth of commuting before I have to fill up. So I'll have to fill up at the start of the third day. So for me, that's not that big of a deal. I work from home most of the time, and so I don't have to go into the office that often. I'm gonna fill up way more often from just riding than I do for commuting. But if you know you're gonna have to go to work and ride there most every day, then gas tank is definitely going to be something that you're going to want to consider, because that's a lot of time you're going to be spending having to fill up your gas tank. So Indian Scout 3.3 gallons, not great, whereas there are other bikes that have 4, 5, even 6 gallon tanks, and you're going to be able to get a lot farther before having to fill up again. The next thing that you're going to want to consider are the ergonomics. Is the bike that you're going to be riding going to offer you a good rider triangle? Are you going to be able to comfortably ride this bike each and every day? Now, with the Indian Scout stock, that's questionable. For me, I am 6'3", and the considerations that you're going to need to make are going to be on your handlebars, as well as your seat, as well as where your feet are going to be. These are forward controls. The Scout is a good start, but there may be quite a few modifications that you're going to need to make to the bike in order to get it to be optimal for you. And that's kind of the theme of this video, is the Scout is a good platform. It gives you a good start, but I think on its own, you're going to need to make some changes in order to really maximize its utility for you if you're going to be riding on a very regular basis. Now, in terms of comfort, I also have this Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing, and this has been fantastic. You can see all the bugs that it's blocked for me, but it also does a phenomenal job of blocking wind. And that's going to be a major thing. If you're going to be riding to work on a regular basis, you're definitely going to want something that can block the wind, especially at highway speeds. If you're going to be riding the highway on a regular basis, having something to block that wind is definitely going to be a big thumbs up. It's going to take a lot of the rider fatigue out. It's going to keep you clean so you don't get to the office with a bunch of bugs and guts and stuff all over you. And it's just going to make your riding experience much better. I will say there are a few things that I wish the Scout had right from the get-go in terms of being able to ride more comfortably for commuting. First and foremost, I wish it had cruise control. Now, I know there is a module that you can get so you can add cruise control onto the bike, but obviously it does not come stock. So that's another thing you'll need to add and modify. The other thing is heated grips. So if you do ride in an area where it is colder, or if you know that you're going to be riding into the winter months, then having that option is available. Use your best judgment if that's going to be something you're going to want to invest in. The next thing that you're going to want to consider is luggage capacity. So what you're going to need to figure out is, are you going to wear your backpack to carry all your stuff to the office, or do you want something like a sissy bar to strap down everything, or do you want saddlebags to store everything? So having options available to you to hold your backpack, hold your whatever you bring to work, is going to be an important thing. So for me personally, I'm not too crazy about wearing a backpack. I can wear a backpack, but I much prefer to use the Dean Speed Sissy Bar. I'm actually really surprised how often I use this. This has probably been one of the best investments I have made to my Scout. And that's honestly one of the great things about the Scout platform, is there are so many accessories that you can add onto the bike to make it perfect for you. So for me, I got pretty much everything on this bike, so I could absolutely go across the country if you do it very comfortably on this bike, with the exception of having to fill up every 130 miles. That would suck. But in terms of being able to pack everything, strap it down to the sissy bar, and you can actually put stuff on the luggage rack and on the passenger seat if Tiny Tater's not riding with me. Can load up a bunch of small things into the saddlebags, and I still have room to wear a backpack if I really need to. So the Scout has a ton of accessories and vendors that work with them, so you can definitely customize it to make it really work for you. So then the next thing you'll need to consider is, can you filter through traffic? In California, there is almost always traffic that you're going to have to be dealing with. So filtering through traffic is going to be a big plus for the Scout. Now you can definitely do it on a number of bikes. So you can definitely do it on any sport bike, cruiser, naked bikes. This is going to be a bit more challenging if you're going to be on a larger bike like a bagger or a true touring bike. So filtering through traffic is going to be a bit more difficult. But if you're in an area where traffic isn't necessarily a concern, then definitely going with a touring style of bike may be a better option for you. But for me, I like to, being nimble and being able to navigate around traffic, so I don't get stuck, I don't have to sit in traffic, is definitely one of the biggest considerations for taking my Scout to work versus, say, taking my car or a larger bike. Which actually brings me to another point. You can definitely get some headlights that will modulate, so that way it will increase your visibility and thus your safety while navigating through traffic. And thus other people being able to give you space and just be aware of your presence, so you're reducing the likelihood that they're going to swerve into you or cut you off or just not see you in general. So is the Indian Scout a good commuter bike? Yes, but there are modifications that you will need to make to really optimize the bike for a commuting experience. So handlebars, comfort, utility with luggage racks or saddlebags, changing out the headlight, getting yourself a fairing. These are all added expenses, but the Scout can definitely take it on. The biggest thing that I think you can't really change is the gas tank. If you live, say, more than 50 miles from where you work, then I would actually probably recommend getting a bike that has a larger gas tank, because otherwise you're gonna have to fill up. To be safe, you're gonna have to fill up every day or every other day, which can be annoying. It's got power, you can navigate through traffic pretty easily, tons of accessories, so you can really customize the bike to make it yours. It's a fantastic platform. Just out of the box or out of the garage, out of the dealer, it's not going to be the best bike, but that's really the beauty of the Scout. It's kind of a jack of all trades. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll hear me talk about it. It's not the best at any one thing, but it's really good at most everything. So are you going to be happy with the Scout? I think so. Is it the best commuter bike? No. Can it commute? Yes. So these are all considerations that you're going to need to make if you're thinking about getting the Scout as your commuter bike. I've been thrilled with it. I've put 11,000 miles plus on my Scout over the last 2 years. I've used it for commuting. I've had to go into the office 4 or 5 days a week, a couple of weeks, and it's been fine. It's not a big deal. I've customized it, and it's really been able to get me wherever I need to go, and I would recommend it. You can have a ton of fun on it. You can take it on the highway. You can go through twisty mountains. There's very few environments that you can't go with this bike. Whereas some other bikes, are you gonna have as much fun with it? That's really the question that you're gonna have to answer for yourself. Is this gonna be the bike that you're gonna have the most fun on and you're gonna be the happiest with after purchase? All right, everybody, that's gonna be it for today. So that's gonna be talking about, is the Indian Scout a good commuter bike? If you have any other questions, leave them down below. But otherwise, be brave, do good, take care of yourselves. Yes, I shaved my head. I am now bald. Have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.